In a world where criminals are always finding new ways to outsmart authorities, some individuals take their cunning to the extreme. Today, we delve into the thrilling stories of genius smugglers caught red-handed at airports around the globe. Welcome to Genius Smugglers Caught at the Airport. Viewers, a while ago, two passengers were going from London to Ludhiana at the Gateway Airport in London. Apparently, no suspicious thing was visible between these two people, but their bellies were too protruding. Not only that, but these two were also walking in a very strange way. When the authorities saw them, they doubted them. These people started searching for these two suspicious persons and passed them through the X-ray machine. And when the airport security saw those X-ray reports, they were shocked. There were a lot of strange packets in the stomachs of these two passengers. And when they were investigated, it was found that these were actually balloons filled with heroin. These two put heroin in the balloons and swallowed them so that they could smuggle it and take it to Ludhiana. You won't believe that there was 1 kilogram of heroin in their stomachs, which they had filled with more than 120 balloons. Not only that, but when they were checked up, they found that they had taken such medicines that they did not have to go to the toilet. But just imagine what would have happened to them if these balloons had exploded in their stomachs. Anyway, whatever it is, this method of smuggling is really very dangerous. Friends, a while ago, handmade carpets were being transported in a cargo plane from Abu Dhabi to Manchester. When this cargo reached the Manchester airport, the sniff dogs near the security started detecting something unexpected in these carpets. Well, these security officers started checking all the carpets in this cargo. First, the security did not see anything suspicious in these carpets. But when these carpets were investigated deeply, the officers lost their minds. Actually, these carpets were made with threads and heroin packets. This was a very clever method. Plastic sheets were made in this like the same thread, and heroin was filled in them and made with the making of these carpets. Surprisingly, this heroin thread was mixed in the design of the carpet in such a way that it did not look like anything unusual. And this whole process was done in such an expert way that no one can think of giving it that it is not a thread but plastic sheets filled with cocaine. You will not believe that more than 50 kgs of heroin was present in the carpets in this shipment. These carpets were brought from many countries of Afghanistan, China, and Southeast Asia, and then transported to the UK. Anyway, this method of smuggling drugs was really shocking. Friends, every smuggler in the world has different ways to smuggle their products. But you may not have seen more smart smugglers than this before. In 2011, a group of people came to an airport in Colombia. They had to go to Mexico. They all looked like normal people, but the strangest thing in this whole gang was their shoes. Actually, all these people were wearing shoes of a famous brand in London. But there was a layer of something very unusual on their shoes, which could only be seen by looking at it. And because of this layer, the color of their shoes was also looking very strange. When the airport authorities inspected these shoes, they were all shocked. Actually, cocaine was being smuggled into these shoes. Actually, the whole skin of this gang's shoes was made of cocaine. And the method by which this cocaine was applied on the shoes, you will be surprised to hear about it. After being arrested, these smugglers told the police that they first mix cocaine in a special kind of liquid, which takes the shape of a paste. After that, this paste is applied on the shoes. And after smuggling like this, these people used to get cocaine again by going through a chemical process. Not only that, but these people told that this gang has been smuggling cocaine in the same way for the past 2 years. And no one ever doubted them. You won't believe that when they were arrested, they had more than 4 kgs of cocaine on their shoes, the price of which was in lakhs. Well, their smuggling method was quite genius, but still they were caught. Viewers, on July 20th, 2020, a shipment of coffee beans from Colombia arrived at Milan Airport in Italy. About 1,000 kilograms of coffee beans were sent in this shipment, which consisted of 2 kilograms packets. Coffee beans were a routine import, but the brand name of these coffee beans was very strange. It was named after the mafia boss of a Hollywood action movie, which was Santonio D'Antonio. When the airport authorities read this brand name, they found this name very suspicious. They immediately sent these coffee beans for checking, and when these packets were opened, there was cocaine in them. The beans were carefully closed with cocaine in the center, and brown tape was also applied to them, which made them look exactly like coffee beans. The funny thing is that these fake coffee beans were mixed with real coffee beans so that they do not look different. You will be surprised to know that there was 150 grams of cocaine in every 2 kilograms packet, which was being smuggled to Italy. Well, the authorities sent all these cocaine beans back to Colombia in the same way from where they were parceled. And when the owner of this shipment came to Colombia to reclaim his beans, the police arrested him. But whatever it is, it was one of the smartest smuggling methods in history. Friends, as you all know, like humans, smuggling of gold is also done in every part of the world. But you must have never seen such a brilliant method of smuggling gold before. The video you are watching is from the area of Hyderabad Airport in India. In January 2017, a lady came here from Abu Dhabi, whose luggage had kitchen appliances. Well, when her luggage was passed through the X-ray machine, the officers saw something suspicious in the grinder in her luggage. There was something strange stuck to her motor. Well, the authorities seized this grinder immediately. When they saw, there were metal bands around the motor of this grinder. And when these metal bands were removed, there was a pile of cooked gold in it. This lady melted the gold and stuck it around the grinder and put metal bands around it so that it would not be seen. You will be surprised to know that this woman was trying to smuggle about 2.5 kgs of gold, which cost millions. But this poor girl's entire plan failed, and she was arrested. Friends, in 2020, a cargo ship came from Mexico to an Australian port in which aluminum bars were present. The authorities thought that it was industrial metal. But when they looked closely, they found the shape of these bars very strange. Looking at them, it seemed as if these bars were cut in the middle and tried to be reattached. Not only that, but the weight of these bars was also more than normal bars. Anyway, the authorities sent these bars for inspection. When they were cut in the middle, they found that cocaine was present in them. Actually, the smugglers had cut these bars very cleanly and filled the drugs inside and reattached them. You will not believe that 233 kgs of cocaine were present in these metal bars, which was worth more than $1.1 million. The most interesting thing is that 2 people came to receive this shipment, who were arrested by the police. These criminals told the police that they have been smuggling drugs for years, and then distributed them in Australia. Well, this idea was good, but every criminal is caught in the end.